All right. Well, welcome, everybody. My name is Ken Burke with my wonderful wife of 31 years, Diana Burke. And we're so excited that you're with us tonight to learn about this amazing little patch that has changed our lives, the lives of our loved ones, and the lives of so many. And so we're excited that you're with us tonight on this wonderful Zoom. We first want to just share with you, because this company has been such a blessing in the short 8 months we've been here, that we got back from Aruba and it paid for by the company. And it wasn't just a few people that got to go, it was 100. And so which gave us hope to know that we're gonna be able to help a lot of you and our friends to go on the next trip that hasn't been announced yet. But we had such a spectacular time in Aruba. And, my wife took a lot of pictures, we first got there, and it was all paid for, the airfare, the beautiful hotel on the beach. But we got there, they had already given us more patches and some gifts and shirts, and they also added another $350 of room credit, so that we could continue to, do things at the hotel and such. But the people, the friends that we made, new friends, that we made. My wife went and had these pictures. You don't see this much anymore because of digital. And so I'm like, they still do this at Walgreens or whatever. And so we had all these wonderful pictures of just had a great time, with this amazing company. But I just want to share just quickly who we are and how we got into this opportunity and about this patch. And like I said, we have 5 children and ages 31 down to 21, and all 4 of them are married, and all 4 out the door. And we have 8 grandbabies, 7 granddaughters, right? And it's such a blessing.
And 1 grandson.
1 grandson, yes, and who's awesome, little TJ. And because of this amazing patch, we now can enjoy them even more so than before. And so it's another amazing thing that we're excited about. And so, anything else you'd like to add, honey?
Just that it gives us more time to enjoy our kids and our grandchildren. And a few things that we like to do is we like to go line dancing, and we enjoy CrossFit together, but it also gives us a better sense of well-being. The patch does, it gives us good health. So, and we love just being able to share it with us in the day in, day it out. So
yeah, it's been spectacular. And I work 50, 60 hours a week. Just to kind of give you a background, I own an advertising company. I have 20 people, wonderful team members who work for me. Was under a lot of stress. And so we had a dear friend of ours, Joy Schmitz, back in August, give us a call to share and ask us if we were familiar with this new technology. And initially, I didn't engage. And so Joyce was kind and strategic, and every few days and a week she would follow up and say, hey, by the way. And I began to ask some questions, and then determined once I heard about what it could do, I did some research. I said, okay, this looks like this is the real deal. And and so you're going to find out more about what we saw that got us super excited, and how we kind of just with really no time, we went all in. And the interesting thing is that I have to really monitor my time, and I've spent really no more than I was maybe 5-10 hours a week since then. And the beautiful thing is this company, they reward the brand partners, distributors who share it in a wonderful way. They take 60% of their income and share it back to us. And our income has consistently gone up, and it's been really amazing. But owning an advertising company, I understand the most powerful form of advertising is word of mouth. And what's so awesome about, and why we're excited for you on this call, is because you don't have to build a sales organization like I do with my advertising company, and because that is not easy to do in order to achieve great results. because you don't need salespeople. I'm a gifted salesman. I do very well in sales, but you don't have to be a salesman because I can't make your stem cells reactivate. And once they begin to reactivate, then you, like seeing a great movie, what do you want to do? You want to go tell your friends about it. And, and does the movie, pay you to do that? No. And, but this company does. And so this wonderful patch, we don't make any claims that it cures, heals, or treats. Your body does its own healing. But what this does is this is going to put you in a state that's going to bless your life. And the question is, have you been patched? And if not, then you want to get one on today. And if not, the first thing in the morning, and you're going to see, we're going to share with you how to wear this 12 hours on, 12 hours off. And but let's talk about really what's happening here. And so inside this patch are these little nanocrystals, and it's the coolest thing ever. It works off light inside of your body. I had no idea we had light inside the body, but if you put infrared goggles on, what happens? People light up. Why? Because the heat is coming off them, has a light wave inside of them. Well, that light wave and the heat is bouncing off this patch, and there's little organic nanocrystals in there, and it elevates this thing called the GHK copper peptide. I never heard of that before either, but if you went to the National Health Institute of Medicine and researched GHK-CU, you could see the amazing things that this thing inside of all of us, this copper peptide is. But when you elevate it 30-40% with thanks to this patch, your brain says, thank you, I'm going to start reactivating all your dormant stem cells. See, when we're a baby, all our stem cells are active and they're functioning. And, if you break your bone at 8 years of age versus when you're 68 years of age, it's going to repair much faster because the stem cells will morph themselves into any cell that you or I need. Bone, marrow, could be heart, brain, doesn't matter. It will morph into that, but by the time you're 30, you only have about half your stem cells are active, and by the time you're 60, and I'll be 58 this month, you have less than 10%. And so all of the stem cells that you have inside you, they're there, but now they're dormant as you're approaching these upper years, and that's partly why we age. And so now you can re-engage them. And so with these organic nanocrystals inside of here, now we have this opportunity to be blessed. And with this amazing copper peptide, and now you can reactivate your own stem cells. You don't need an injection, which costs thousands and is only isolated to a certain area. Here, the brain, it knows what's going on inside of you. It knows where you have inflammation. It knows what's happening. But as you get older, it has less of a means to do something about it because your stem cells are now inactive. But now they're going to get active. And so what happened is this patent on this product got approved back near January 2020. And at that time, the company had been around for about 14, 15 years. But once this patent got approved on this patch, and the company's in 75 countries around the world, which is pretty amazing. Stable, wonderful company doing 20 million a year at that point. This patch launched, then this thing began to shoot like a rocket. And all through COVID, think about that. What was that? That was word of mouth. And so it's shot. Well, this year they're projecting to hit 40 million. Now think about that. Just a few years ago, they're at 20. Now they're projecting 400 million, 400 million. And so that means we're on track to potentially hit $1 billion, here in the near future. And what I still love is that you're going to take 60% of that revenue and pay distributors like this to share it with people we care about. Well, here's something awesome. David Schmitz, he is the one who is the inventor of this patch, and he has over 130 patents. And in general, I don't know anybody who's got 2, but he's got 130. And so we're so thankful for this patch patent. And he also is a 2-time recipient of the Advanced Technology Award from the International Hall of Fame. Now, we met David in Aruba just a couple of weeks ago when we were with 200 other folks that they had brought. And I'm telling you, this man has a heart. He has a heart for people. And, he has an amazing heart for God. And I got to talk to him one-on-one. And I said, David, it's amazing. I heard you one time say that, only God creates, and you just pray that God will give you the ability to invent things that will help people. And I said that to him. He said, Ken, I can't even take credit for that. I just believe God gives me the insight. And for me, I just thought that was spectacular. And then we saw him stand for probably a couple hours as people that were in this group of 200 people who want to talk to him. They just stood in line, and he stood and talked to every single person, and he was sincere. And so that was just, I love that kind of leadership. And what's really why we're excited on a business basis about this is this product has a patent. It's good for 20 years, right? So we have another, umpteen years to go with it. And the cool thing is no one on the planet has this technology. No one. So this is not a Me Too product. It's not a CBD, a weight loss product, makeup, what have you. This is no one. And it's stem cells. Think about that. And when we're out there talking, and you just mentioned, hey, are you familiar with the latest and greatest of stem cell technology? Like, oh no, tell me about it. And here we have it. And so now we have something that doesn't compete with anything else. No one has this, and we have it protected with a patent. And stem cells are, they're a huge industry. Here's what happens. Some of the highlights of what this patch is doing is developing rapid pain relief. And so I've had friends of mine that we've shared the patch with, that some within a day, some several days, some several weeks. And then we see a lot of miracles months out, because it's just getting better, have pain relief. How are you doing? And here's another neat thing. If you look down through mental clarity at the top there, personally, I didn't realize how much stress I was under for the last 9 years running my company. Because, with your business owner, the buck stops with you. And so, sleepless nights at times and such, and, asking God, okay, Lord, we're going to do well, right? And he'd always bless us. But I still had a lot of stress. 2.5 weeks in of us wearing this patch, all of a sudden, I came into a new state of mental clarity and peace that I hadn't received since I was like 13 years of age. And I realized that about 70 to 80% of the stress I've been wearing for the last umpteen years was gone. And I thought, this is strange. Matter of fact, one day we were driving down, because our company's an hour and a half away from where we live, and we had to make an early morning meeting, and we were running just a tad late. And usually in the past, prior to the patch, I would have been kind of spun up, kind of pushing on traffic, trying to make it all the way down. And I remember realizing that we're going to be a couple minutes late. I didn't want to be, but I was okay. And my wife was actually driving behind me in our other car. And I picked up the phone and I called her. I said, Diana, I said, you remember when we were kids, and you really kind of didn't have a care in the world, and you just felt good about life? Said, that's how I feel right now, late to an event. And she goes, Ken, I feel the same way. And I said, and since then, it's been just an amazing journey. So, you're going to hear some amazing couple testimonies here in just a little bit, but I want to have Diana just share with you also, what this did for us and why we got so excited. Go ahead.
Well, just briefly, I was having hot flashes for years. I mean, places I would be sweating where I didn't realize you could sweat. And so on day 20, once I got this patch on day 20, I woke up and I realized I didn't have any hot flashes anymore. And I was like, wow, this is incredible. And so after that, I have had no more hot flashes. So, I finally found something that could help my hot flashes. So that was amazing for me. And it's helped other things too, mental clarity, inflammation, my hair has grown, and also my wrinkles. I used to have wrinkles on my chest. I don't have them anymore. So I'm so happy about this patch.
My eyebrows, they're more the natural color they used to be. Instead of the gray I had, they'd be straight. And I had a gray splotch of hair right here, and my natural color, it grew in. I'm like, wow, this is amazing. And also, I remember how now in retrospect, I feel kind of bad about this. I always was kind of subtly upset at things, kind of angry at things, just to the stress. And I thought that was just me, just high strung. And I'm not like that probably by 70%, just from the patch. And, and so, what a quality of life blessing. And last I'll say, my dad had scarred lungs. He's I love my dad, 86 years old, way overweight, one kidney, and he wasn't doing very well at all. And I said, Dad, I'm going to put this patch on. You wear it 12 hours on, 12 hours off. He goes, oh, it's not going to work. And 5 weeks in, and oh, by the way, the doctors told him, because for him to walk 30 feet with his walker, it took all the air out of him. So then he'd have to sit down. And we knew this was going to be a problem, with his lack of breathing and trying to get him around. Well, 5 weeks in, he calls me and says, Ken, I'm a believer in the patch. I said, what do you mean, Dad? And he goes, well, I'm in the hospital. I said, you're in the hospital? Yeah, they thought I was having a stroke, but I'm not. But they asked me some questions. And one of them was, George, how's your breathing? And they realized, man, my breathing's really good. And that's exactly right. He now can walk wherever I flew him out to Louisiana from Tampa and, to visit his great grandbabies and granddaughter. And that wouldn't have happened. I mean, think about what had to happen for that. Now, here's another dynamic of what's happened really for all of us. Here is a 77-year-old woman, right, that they placed the patch on. In session 1, she had really no stem cell activity. Inflammation. I mean, just look at that, right? And so then session 2, bam, look at all of a sudden, now she has stem cell activity, coming back to full throttle there. In session 3, it's still in the game. Well, you know what this represents? This represents you and me. And so this is what's the beautiful thing. And this represents all our organs, and so this is just amazing, what's happening for us. And for you. So check this out. In the first few days, 4,000 of your genes begin to reset. Now, we have about 20,000 genes in our body. And what our genes do is that determine how tall we're going to be, what color eyes we're going to have, what color hair we're going to have. These are your genes. And what's happening, 4,000 of them are going to begin to reset to a younger state just in the first few days. So the younger you that's inside of you is now going to start coming through. Right. And then check this out, within 6 weeks. Now, listen, all of this is there's over 80 case studies on the startx39.com website, that where this is being drawn from. So this is scientific data we're talking about. And we're now within 6 weeks, the brain becomes balanced. That's what happened for me. That's why my focus got better. My state of well-being got better. And that's why those who have symptoms of PTSD get better. We've had friends who have been in depression, going through divorce and things. We give them a patch and watch them come back. Crazy, and then think about within 3 months, your collagen is increased. You pretty much get a collagen refresh, the largest protein in your body. So your skin, your wrinkles begin to get better. Like my wife, I'm like, she looked young before, but man, you see her now. it's awesome. And hair growth, my hair, but it's gotten thicker and I have to go get my hair cut more frequently now. I'm like, okay, this is pretty awesome. And I was almost balding a little bit here, but as I can tell, I've got more hair than I did before. And so what a blessing. And, and then I like doing CrossFit and I do handstand walks. I learned that in my 50s. And I like the fact here that I increase my structural integrity, my muscles, both my skeletal and muscular system. I mean, who doesn't need that as we get older, right? And so it doesn't be falling down and breaking a hip. And if you do, put a patch on. We had a friend recover who had hip surgery on one side prior to the patch, took 6 to 8 weeks to recover. Then with the patch on, in 6 days, she recovered and blew her and her doctors and all of us away. Is amazing. So within 6 months, your heart begins to reverse in age, which is absolutely spectacular because heart disease is one of the leading killers today besides cancer. And now we have something to help our loved ones, our family now the brain can begin to go activate stem cells, begin to repair what's happening inside the body. It's spectacular. And so it is not anti-aging. This is truly age reversal. Now, we're not going to go back being a little baby again, but you're going to get back what we're starting to see, which we've had some age reversal. Now, this startx39.com website, this is what's spectacular because I don't have to be the expert to know everything about this patch because 10 years of research, the double-blind studies, all kinds of studies, research is all sitting on this. So when someone wants to know more, I just say, and they say, can't tell me more about this. I said, sure. But instead of listening to me, go listen to the experts, right? And I send them there. And guess what they can do? When they get excited, they want to share and someone asks them, hey, tell me more. They can do the same thing and so on and so forth. And so it's pretty awesome.
And there's a few videos on there too.
Oh, there's great, there's great videos. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. And so here's how you wear this patch, right? You're going to put it on 12 hours on, 12 hours off. You can peel the back side of this off. And then they tested it to get the patent. They had to put it on 2 spots in the body consistently. So they put it on the back of the neck and 2 inches below the belly button. And so, but you can wear it anywhere on the body. My wife wears it, on her wrist. I do wear it on the back of my neck. And and what we recommend is, put it by your toothbrush in the morning, and then, put it on, take 10 seconds, put on, and then after dinner, take it off.
Or they can set an alarm too, if they wanted to.
You set an alarm on your phone, it's easy.
Mhm.
And so, but right now what we want to do is, we have 2 wonderful friends of ours on our team, and Todd Harris and Dana Weidman, but we're gonna have Todd, share a brief testimony on what, this has done for him. So Todd, if you can unmute yourself and your video, we'd love to hear from you.
Great. Thanks, Ken. It's really an honor to be with you all tonight. My name's Todd Harris. I live in Fort Lauderdale, Florida with my beautiful wife, Astrid. My background's in medical device, pharmaceutical sales. I'm an entrepreneur in pain management, currently cardiovascular background. But I was introduced to X39 by a dear friend of mine, Andy Hosier, the first part of December. And to be honest, I was intrigued, but the timing was off for me. But thank God, Andy followed up with me on February 1st. It was a pivotal moment that I'll never forget. And what I learned from him and the things that I learned in the coming days was mind-blowing to me. I saw it first and foremost as a solution. X39 is a tool to help my cardiovascular rehabilitation and cardiac function. I had a near-death experience December 4th, 2021. I flatlined, and by the grace of God, I'm here talking to you all tonight. So that was first and foremost. And so I started the X39 on February 4th, interestingly enough, 2 days before a cardiac test. So for me, it was a great baseline to see if this little thing worked or not, as to my cardiologist as well. And so the first 5 days, I didn't really feel anything. Well, it was day 5, I felt an energy uplift. On day 31, I noticed the texture of my skin change. But the thing that I didn't feel happening was what it was doing internally to my heart function. And I am happy to report that on my second cardiac test that was done April 17th, I got the results, and my improvement was 10% function, which absolutely blew my mind. So the entrepreneur in me obviously saw the demand of the product, because the results are driving the demand of this. And so the rest is history, guys. So those, for people that don't necessarily initially feel the impact of the product, stay with it, stay consistent. This little patch does not cure, mitigate, or prevent disease. Okay, so I had my result. Don't compare your results to my results. But what this thing does is it's a switch. Think of it as a switch that allows your body to begin the regenerative process. And so thanks a lot for allowing me to share. Of course, the business has now taken off. We're fully engaged with a busy schedule, thanks to Quantum Team's very efficient, time-efficient system, the Build 331, which you're going to hear in a little bit. It's been life-changing for us, both physically, but then we're now being blessed financially as well. So I'm going to kick this back over to you, Ken. Thank you for allowing me to share, and let's keep the party rolling.
Awesome, Todd. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate that. Wow, that is just spectacular. Once again, we're so glad you're here, and from flatlining, and that really the good Lord used this amazing patch to help your body begin to really repair and heal and put you in a great new state. And so praise God for that. And then Dana Weidman, if you could unmute yourself and your video, we'd love to hear, because you have a spectacular testimony too. So thank you, Dana.
Hi. I just want to first off say thank you to my brother-in-law, Kelly Weidman, for sending me patches. He just sent them to me. He said, here, try these. That's all he said. Just put one on. And so I did, a little bit of background. Last year in March, I was septic. I had a bacteria attack my body called Pseudomonas. It's a nasty, nasty bacteria. It's the 0.01% that Lysol won't kill. Yeah, that's the one that was in my body. And I totally I flatlined. I died on the table. I was in ICU but they got me back right away. I was in ICU for 9 days and in the hospital for 22 days. I had a hole in the side of my leg. Funny story. The surgeon said, so I bet I could put a baseball in that leg, in the hole. And she said, would you mind if I tried? And I'm like, what doctor wants to put a baseball in your leg? But the next day she brought in a new baseball, unwrapped it, put it in my leg. Yeah. And you could just see a little bit of the curve on the outside of my leg. It was that bad. I don't know if you all have the pictures that they've been showing. It's okay if you do that. I love showing the pictures because there's such a drastic change. The first day, October 22nd, was the first day that I put on a patch, and there was still a hole in my leg. And 4 days later, 4 days, it was smooth. It was new skin. There was no drainage. It was unbelievable. And since then, I have so much energy. I just bounce around, a week, not even a week on the patches. I cleaned my whole house from top to bottom. I was in a rehab facility for 6 months. 6 months. I stayed at the rehab facility, learning to walk. I had to learn how to walk. I had to learn how to dress myself. I had to learn how to do everything. I had to write, all of those things. But since the patch, I'm no longer using walker. I was able to fly. They told me that I wouldn't be able to fly because of the pressure and the sore on my leg. I'm able to drive. They told me I wouldn't do that. They told me I wouldn't do a lot of things, but since I have this patch, I have so much energy and tell everybody about it. I told my doctor about it and he's looking into it, so it's just different stuff. It's crazy. The way that, my hair's grown back. Whenever you're on a lot of drugs for pain and stuff, you lose your hair. And I was almost bald. And so now I have to pull it all back because I have this new fluffy baby hair all over the place. And I don't know, what else can I tell you? There's just so much energy. Just my skin is clear, and I could just go on and on and on, all the different things. But I just want to thank you guys for asking me to share my testimony and stuff. But and thank you for these patches because it's amazing.
Wow. That is spectacular, Dana. Thank you for sharing. And so we just really appreciate you. Unbelievable, and so I'm sure a lot of us are just so inspired and can think about other friends of ours that we're still excited to want to share this patch with. So thank God for that. Thank you, Dana. Awesome. All right. Or still looking at it. There we go. There. All right. So we're talking about this amazing patch, and there's a wonderful opportunity, you said, that comes with it. And like I said, I'm a businessman, and and time usually has been something that's taken a lot of my time of running a business 50, 60, 70 hours a week, sometimes working 15, 16-hour days at times. And so when I thought about when I'd see something like this in the past, freedom, time, I thought, oh, how could that be? Do you know what the neat thing is? When you find something that you love and believe, all of a sudden it's easy to talk about it, do it, and it's not work. And so, and the fact that the company is going to take 60% of their revenue to share that back with the distributors is amazing. And we had years to go on our mortgage from this opportunity. And within months, we actually paid our mortgage off thanks to this business without having to spend extra time every week to do it. That is why I'm so excited for my family and friends, because word of mouth took it. As we were spending this much time each week, the word of mouth kept growing and we got began paid respectively from it. And so what a blessing. And so these realities, security, travel, less debt, we paid our mortgage off. We have no debt, right? I mean, seriously, what a blessing. We're looking forward to that for you and helping our team see that too, because we have a real opportunity. It's not a pipe dream. It's not wishful thinking. We have a system to get there. And the beautiful thing is we're in an industry that is just going to continue to grow and explode. And we've got the product sitting in it. So we're at right now roughly $200 million in an industry that's going to grow to 300 billion with a B. And so, so we've really got an amazing opportunity to really take the next, 24 months, 36 months to really run and go bless a lot of people. So, and here's basically how it all starts. It's all going to start with you. And you're going to sign up two of your dear friends or people on your left, and then two on the right. You're going to build two teams, a left team and a right team. And it starts with you and two on your left and two on your right. And there's several ways we make money, but the second way we make money is what they call team commission. And this team commission can go to 25 grand a week. Now that may seem like a big number to people, but the reality is that we do have people in the business actually there. And so, and the reality is, in time, you could just listen. What would a couple $100 a week do for you, right? And the funny thing is, we have people who will call and say, "Hey, how is it I'm making this money?" I mean, what a great feeling, to see that that money's coming in this direct deposited, right in the bank on Tuesdays, and it's just a wonderful thing. So we have a system we're going to get into in a minute that gives us the ability to simplify what we do, because it's not so much how much you know or what you know, it's what you can duplicate. And they've simplified this into what we call a 3-3-1 system. Oh, by the way, so if 25 grand a week wasn't enough, the third way we get paid in this business is called matching bonus. And so when I sponsor somebody, when they start doing better, say that they get up to 25 grand a week. Well, I'm going to get 25% matching bonus. I'm not, it's not going to take the 25 of them. They're going to match 25%. That's $6,250 on that person. And then who they signed up, well, I get 20% matching bonus. That's $5,000 if they go to 25,000 a week. And that person, if they sign up, I can get a matching bonus of, if they're at 25,000, $5,000. So, it's fun. We look at our back office now weekly, and we see all these people that we're getting paid 1, 2, 3 generations deep on this portion. And it's just a wonderful blessing. And this is another thing that you can experience too, not having to be a gifted salesman or anything, because other people are sharing their patches and you're getting paid off that as they continue down the line with their friends. So, we have, and when we share patches, we have this wonderful little envelope that makes it really easy to put patches in, put a couple, 3, 4 patches or so that you want to share with somebody, and you can mail them or hand it to them when you're out and about. So now they got them, because it's hard to put them somewhere, and you can order this, because from our 3-3-1 system. And we'll show you this, in the next slide here. So here is how we build the business, and it's built on a system called 3-3-1. And if you go to build331.com, there's 9 steps on there that pretty much we all follow. And so we all doing the same thing. Now, me owning an advertising company, I own 3 magazines. People say, "Ken, why don't you put a big ad in your magazine?" No, I don't need to do that. Because the 3-3-1 system simplifies it and keeps you focused, so you're not trying to do all these ancillary extra things, but you're doing the thing that's simplest that your friend can do too, which is basically you're sharing passes with people and following up with them and plug them into a Zoom call like this. I mean, there it is. I just gave away the secret. So, and the 3-3-1 shows you how to do that. So, here's the reality is the time is now, right? I tell people tomorrow never comes. We can only live in today, and so, if you're serious about your dreams and are getting a taste that you actually begin to dream again, if you haven't been, and where you get to do something that you're excited to do versus you have to do, right? That's work. And then, what other options do we have out there? I can't think of any. And so we're in the process of trying to set up our company as a franchise model, but I'm thinking this is super fun on the side, and I'm never have to put in 10, 30, 40, 50 hours on this. And so I can just stay constant with it and watch it continue to grow and go help my family and friends and you do that too. And we have an amazing team that is ready to get behind you and help you succeed as well. So what you want to do is we love this order form. If you haven't placed an order, you want to place your first order. And, you want to talk to, you want to get with the person who invited you, and they will help set you up for success. And, and what you want to do at a minimum is they have what they call a silver packet. It's $2.99. And remember, this product is just $99 person per month. That's $3.30 a day. Unbelievable. With a 30-day money back guarantee. But they have what they call a silver kit on here. And that's if you want to sample the product just to try it for you and your spouse and have an extra one to share, then you at a minimum, you want to start with that, right? And then, but we have another, if you're ready to build the business along with us and then open up all the conversation, then they have a gold package and above that gives you the opportunity to begin accessing all the benefits and bonuses that this company pays us. And, it's interesting. I think about the amount of money we have to do every month to make sure we pay our bills with our team and everything else. And for me to be able to come into a business for just a few $100s or a little more, and that was it. And that was all product. I have no overhead. I'm going to get a website. I'm going to get plugged into a team. I have a system, and all I got to do is share, and everything's all set up. I get my own website they already give me, and they're going to direct deposit the money in my bank. I'm like, all these things I don't have to deal with as a business owner is already done for me. It's already set up for you and me to succeed, which is really spectacular. And that's why we're so excited for our friends and family also on going further.
Yeah, and this is just like seed. You're just passing out seed and patching people. A lot of times we'll just open it up and put it on them. And some people will feel something like right away, right? Like the one patch wonder, and then others will take a while, like me, 20 days.
Mm-hmm. So we have these are the tools and the resources we use. We have the startx39.com website, and we have our Facebook page for our Quantum Field X39 team, and we have a YouTube channel by which all these Zooms are recorded, so you can go back and check them out. And so we have team testimonials on Facebook, and then we have the Build 331 website. So it's all been built, all done for you. It's all in a systematic way that makes it very easy for you and me to what I call collapse time. And so it's pretty awesome. So and so here's some upcoming events that are part of what we call the 331 system. Share 3 people a day, follow 3 people, and plug one into a Zoom. Well, here's a Zoom. We have a 90-day launch to senior director. And so on May 6th, 1 p.m., that's Saturday, and we've got Steve and Gina, Honest Cole, and of course, our new directors of senior presidential directors, right? Harvey and Verdita Monk, awesome. They're crushing it. And you'll learn from the best to be able to help you be able to get access to your best. And then come up after that. We've got this Wednesday, 2 days from now, it's going to be a huge event in West Palm Beach, 7:30 p.m. Start time 8 p.m. You'll be able to jump online, or you can show up at the Hilton Palm Beach Airport in West Palm Beach and attend the event in person and hear from amazing leaders, about this wonderful opportunity. Another way I'm plugging into the system. And then this is what all of us are so excited about, is that this is a convention, August 18th, 19th, Friday, Saturday, where you're going to hear the founder, David Schmidt, and then the important, not important, but the wonderful leaders in this business help you take your business up to a much bigger level. And so, and the goal is not only you want to be there, but you want to get as many as your friends there as well that are now partnered with you in this business, because this is what's going to help take you to a whole nother level. And we're so excited about this. The first hotel that was coupled with this, that's sold out. So there's other hotels that are filling up. And so it's only 15 weeks away. And so make sure that you get your ticket to the This Is It convention. And so you can go to thisisitconvention.com to get your tickets there. You can also buy them in bundles of 10, also on behalf of your team as well, and then they can pay you. They're not transferable. I mean, they are transferable, but not refundable. So once again, the This Is It convention is August 18th and 19th. This is what we're extremely excited about, and we're looking forward to bringing. Well, our goal is to bring 100 of our team to that event, and then finally, we in the meantime, to help build up to that event, we have a 90-day run, for this convention to basically break a lot more senior directors, because on Friday they're going to have a senior director opportunity at 4 o'clock. And so we're going to help, our goal is to help 15 of our team members go senior director in the next 15 weeks to get there. And by the way, Saturday, May 20th, forgive me, I've missed this, coming up, there's going to be an amazing 90-day run convention. And so it will be in Zoom, and 3-hour training, and you don't want to miss that. And, it's like you don't even want to get them go to the bathroom when we go to, because they had another one not too long ago. I'm like, man, it was all just so good. And so, and then here are some of the weekly events that we do every week, every Monday night, 8 p.m. like this here. And then on Wednesday night, 8 p.m. And then Friday at noon, they do a short meeting for busy lunch folks to be able to plug your people in. And then on Saturdays, we have a training, and then going back, excuse me, I don't want to skip, because we have an amazing Spanish group that's growing in the Latino community. And at Thursday, 8 p.m.s is the Spanish event. And so, and then, the Saturday call is what's going to help us. What's going to help our team. I'm going to help break 15 senior directors, getting them all on the Saturday 90-day launch to run to senior director. So we're so excited that we're part of a system that just stays focused and makes it easier to succeed. And so, I mean, where else can you find something like this? What a blessing. All righty. So thank you once again. Get with the person who sponsored you or invited you tonight. And so we're getting ready. And the next 10 minutes here, we're going to have a Motivational Monday meeting here, and that we'll be leading to help further those who want to take their business to the next level. We got some really great insights for them to get them there. Thank you, and God bless you, everybody.
Yeah, have some more patch parties.
All right, bear with me 1 minute. All righty, so for those of you staying on for the Motivational Monday, I'm super excited about what I'm going to share with you. So tonight's motivational message is titled OMG. Now, OMG stands for Outstanding Motivational Goal. And so what I want to do is I'm going to give you an example of what one is. So we'll do that together. And so then you can apply one for yourself. Now, the dynamic of these OMG goals, we'll call them, is that they can be a small goal, it can be a bigger goal, or a huge goal. But all of them working together help put you in a cadence to begin to walk in the direction of achieving your dreams and beyond. And so let's break this down, and let's start from here. So let's talk about starting with a standard goal. And so say your goal is to get 3 people to the This Is It convention. All righty. And so what we'd want to do at that point is we'd ask you a question. All righty. What would be even a bigger goal that you'd love to achieve but scares you? And usually the first number in your mind is going to be what we call the OMG goal. And just to say it's 10. Well, Ken, I had committed to get 3 people. I believe I can get 3 people. But man, I really would love to be at 10, but that kind of scares me, right? And so, first of all, to have a heart just to want to get 3 people to somewhere that's going to change their lives, good job. So that's awesome. And but what's going to happen now that you had, say your goal at 3 here, and now you're going to go up to 10. Now what we have here is what we call a gap, GAP. And what GAP stands for is God Awakens Plan. Because if you're going to hit this, you're going to need a plan, but you're going to need a God plan to get it done. And so, and I'm going to unpack that for you. So a key is in this God awakening plan, because he's going to partner with you in this, is you want to know your why. Why do you want to hit that 10? And you want to write that why down. And then what you want to do is you want to envision what it's like now to have 10 of your friends, people who care about, partner with you, who are building this business, 10 of those folks at the convention. And envision it, slow down and feel it, think about it, and meditate on that, and just envision that those 10 folks with you, walking with you, laughing with you, talking with you, all writing notes, sharing about, man, did you hear that? And just knowing that what's going to happen in their lives because you took action, face of fear, really bring God in to put a plan, a new plan. Because think about when you have a goal at 3, and if it was me and I was at 3 and I thought, okay, now I'm going to go to 10, all of a sudden my brain's going to awaken and it's going to have to think something it was not thinking before. Because what I was thinking before got me to believe what I could believe. But now I'm going to step up to something I'd love to be able to do, face my fear. And now the vision has to change. The plan has to come forward and God is going to activate a plan for you. And so just to break this down a little more specifically, listen, when it comes to sales and what we do here and inviting people, it is a numbers game. And so if you're familiar with the 80-20 rule, it can be stated in several different ways, but one way you're looking at it is 80% of people that you invite, that you think are going to make it, 20% would show up. And so, and there's an analogy from the Bible that I love using that Jim Rohn used to share, God rest his soul, about the parable of the sower. And the sower really represented God and Christ. And he had the seed, which is his product, the perfect product of the gospel. And he said, listen, the kingdom of God is like this, like the farmer who goes out and scatters a seed. And the seed ends up hitting 4 types of people, which he calls soil. And one person it hit, the birds took it. Another person it hit, the weeds choked it. Another person, sun scorched it. But the other sprouted, good soil. Those are going to come with you, right? And you'll see this in what you do in sharing passages with people and getting them. You'll see when you share with somebody about getting to this event, they'll just say, hey, I've got something else coming up, or this, that, and the other, and boom, the birds just take it. Don't chase the birds. Let it go. Or you'll ask somebody, hey, listen, oh, it's too much money, or I don't have time. I got the kids, I got this, that, and the other. And then boom, boom, the weeds choke it. Don't try to uproot the weeds, right? And then you'll get the people who are super excited. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Let's go do it. And they never sign up. So they sprouted up, the sun scorched it, there was no root. Don't try to block the sun. But then you'll come across the folks that said there's 30, 60, and 100, the good soil. Some who will come with themselves, some who will bring a couple friends, and some may bring a bunch of friends, who got signed up. And the reality is you really can't change or manipulate or make all those people do what you'd love to see them do or think that you think they're going to do. Okay, but once you begin to realize that if God himself, think about this, knew where the good soil was, why did he take the time to still scatter it to where the birds would take it, the sun scorch and the weeds choke it? I don't know, but that's how it is. And he said, listen, if you scatter, so if it was this width that you scattered and you got, got the weeds, the sun, the birds, and then you had this much left over, the good soil, he said, he who scatters sparingly reaps sparingly, but he who scatters bountifully, a huge amount, I can't even see my thing here, is going to reap a much bigger amount. So if you want to get a lot of people to an event, right? And here we use an example, 10, and if the 80-20 rule in this book kind of falls out, then that means you'd have to invite 40 people, that you believe, these are good people that you believe in your team, would show up. And what's going to happen is, and will, and you'll come across, you'll watch the birds take it, you'll watch the sun scorch it, you'll watch the weeds choke it, because this is life 101. And so God levels the playing field for all of us to prosper and succeed, because now it's numbers. And it says in Ecclesiastes 11:6, sow your seed in the morning and continue to do it so at night, because you don't know which is going to reap, either one, the other, or both. And he says, you don't know. So we don't know the 40 we invite. If that was me, now I got to invite 40 people to get 10. I don't know where the birds are going to take it, the sun's going to scorch the weeds, but I do know if I scatter bountifully, I am going to reap bountifully. And guess what's going to happen? If I got 10 people coming, then I promise you, those 100-folds are probably going to bring a few more friends, and that, some are, and that, like I said, the 60-fold are going to bring a couple, 3, and the other. So now I may have 20, 30 people coming just based on the fact I got 10. So hopefully that gives you some insight that will help you gain a perception. Keep scattering, keep sharing this opportunity with people. Don't put expectations, and we all do this. We see people that we think we're going to do it. We're for sure going to do it, and they don't. What happened? Well, the weeds took it, the birds took it, the sun scorched it. Let it go. So what do we do next? Right? And the key is you want to do it, join your heart. A baseball player who bats a 300 average makes millions. And that means he only connects with the ball 3 times of the 10. That means he strikes out 7 times. Do you think he gets up and says, oh man, I'm not going back up again? No, he's lit. He's excited. He's in the big leagues, right? Striking out, because he's not focused on all the times he's going to miss. He knows he's going to be connecting enough time to go win an amazing life. So like is like a camera, what you focus on will develop. So what you want to do is you want to focus on that good soil once you get it, and just look through the lens of perception of reality that the easy let it go on the sun scorching, weeds choking it, and the birds, taking it, and that keeps it light. So then you can stay focused. Focus on your friends, focus on your team, focus on those that are doing with you, and you're going to add more in because you just keep scattering, And I'll leave you with one last thing that I find has been a recent game changer for me, and there are 3 words I can add to any challenge, any thought, any negativity, or any positivity. 3 words that all of a sudden immediately put me into a new state that just begin to change. And those 3 words are, but thank God. So I started thinking, wow, it's going to be 10. How am I going to get 10? How am I going to get to 40? But thank God, the Lord is for me. He goes before me. He goes behind me, lays his hand, a blessing on my head. But thank God. Hey, Ken, in my 40 list, the first 5 or 6 people, they said, sure. But then I went through the next 15 and no one said anything. But thank God. Keep going. He's with you. So try that exercise tomorrow, tonight, when you start going through your day, start saying, but thank God, but thank God, but thank God, but thank God, and watch all of a sudden how life begins to open up in a greater way than ever before, and how you can hit these OMG goals, little, big, huge, and get in that cadence of achieving your dreams, and really in the context we all are here to do it in, by helping everybody else achieve their dreams. That's what's most exciting. That's what we're most excited about, is seeing you on the next trip, seeing you at the This Is It, and seeing what's happening for you as you're helping change lives, and what this path is doing for all of us. But thank you, everybody. We love you, and we're excited to be partnered with you. I look forward to seeing you at this convention and all the other trips coming up as well, Lord willing. But thank God.
We're blessed.